Hi there, it's Ashley Mayer from Churchill's Estate Agents, and on today's episode I wanted to make this more York rental market related. So, as you're probably aware, York, the rental market in York is heating up and rents are at an all-time high. So the question you might be wondering is, well, are York landlords profiteering? So, the private rented sector for both York landlords and York tenants is facing immense challenges with a shortage of available homes for rents, putting renters under significant pressure. And you can see why when the average UK rent in 2021 was £1,381, and in 2023 it has been £1,706 on average, an increase of 23.53%. So let's look closer to home, in the York area. The average rent for homes coming on the market in the York area in 2021 was £1,115 per month, whilst in 2023 it has been £1,274 per month. The York area being YO1, YO10, YO23, YO24, YO26, YO30, YO31, 32 and 41 postcodes. So, you can see why people are accusing landlords of widespread profiteering. But as always, the devil is in the detail. This increase in average York rent is for new tenancies, not tenancy renewals. And just to go into a bit more detail, a new tenancy is when a brand new tenant moves into a home, whilst a renewal is when an existing tenant renews the lease with their existing landlord. Government data shows that most landlords are not exploiting the mortgage crisis, with 64% of landlords maintaining and 4% decreasing their rents to shield renters from the impact on renewal of their tenancy agreement, dispelling the notion that they are exploiting the situation. Looking at the same government data of landlords setting rents for new tenants, just under half of landlords, or I should say 45%, stated they increased the rent compared to the previous tenancy with the old tenant, whereas a third, or 35%, kept the rent they changed at the same level, and surprisingly, 1 in 12 landlords decreased the rent. Therefore, whilst the average percentage growth in York for new tenancies is 14.3%, the overall average for all tenancies is only 5.1% for York. And 5.1% is much lower than the rate of inflation. Contrary to popular belief, a landlord's profit margins have significantly dwindled in recent years. The profits for private landlords are at the lowest since the credit crunch due to rising mortgage interest rates and limited tax relief. This demonstrates that private landlords are not profiteering during the cost of living crisis. Now, some of you will say, well, York, house prices have risen in that time. Yes, that is the case, but not by the rate of inflation. So in fact, in real terms, their investments have gone down in value. Landlords are often portrayed negatively in the media, but are in fact making considerable efforts to provide safe and secure housing for millions of tenants. Landlords face growing costs, including increased mortgage payments and the negative impact of a tax system that discourages investment in the rental market. These challenges are further exacerbated by ongoing uncertainty surrounding reforms to the law regarding landlords. And with limited options available, landlords must choose between leaving the private rental sector, increasing rents as a last resort, or absorbing mounting costs. However, the latter is nearly impossible for most individual landlords who lack deep pockets. To address these challenges, the government must provide crucial support to the rental market. To alleviate the burden on renters, the government should reconsider current taxes which are designed to discourage landlords from providing more rental homes. And it is vital to ensure that the supply of rental properties does not further diminish, as York tenants simply cannot bear the consequences of a dwindling market. And it will lead to further housing hardship. Without proper government support, both renters and landlords will continue to face challenges caught between a rock and a hard place. And housing is such an important thing, rather like the NHS, and I would urge all parties to move beyond rhetoric and to take positive action to support the private rental sector. I know many York landlords who are making sincere efforts to shield York renters from the mortgage crisis, and it is crucial their contributions are recognised. By fostering an environment that encourages investment and providing support to renters, the government can help alleviate the strain on both landlords and tenants and ensure a sustainable and fair rental market for all. these are my thoughts. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in on this episode, and join me next time. Thanks, guys.